diagram. Myself Elishwa Laiju, working as assistant professor at IHRD College of Engineering, Pune. In this presentation, I have included the principle of circle diagram along with an example to construct the circle diagram and to predict the performance. So, as we all know, in the case of a series AC circuit consisting of constant reactance and variable resistance fed from a constant voltage, constant frequency AC supply, as the value of the resistance in the circuit changes, the change in the current in the circuit will be such that the tip of the current phasor falls on a circle of diameter V by X. I have shown you the equivalent circuit of a rotor of three-phase induction motor. Here ER will be the per phase value of the induced EMF, XR and RR will be the per phase value of the reactance and resistance of rotor circuitry, and IR will be the per phase value of the current, which is equal to ER divided by ZR, the impedance of the rotor. As the mechanical load on a three-phase induction motor changes, there will be change in the speed and correspondingly the slip S will keep on changing. Here you can see in the equivalent circuit, the resistance is having a magnitude RR by S. So as the mechanical load changes, the resistance will be keep on changing, and hence we can apply the principle which we studied earlier, and with the help of that we can say that the tip of the current locus IR will be having a circular shape. The tests required to draw the circle diagram are no load test, block rotor test and stator resistance test. Let's see how we will be finding out the parameters to construct the circle diagram. From the no load test, we will be obtaining the no load voltage V0, no load current I0 and power P0. And we know that no load power P0 will be equal to √3 into V0 I0 cos phi 0. With the help of that, we can obtain the power factor angle phi 0. Similarly, in the block rotor test, we will be obtaining the values short circuit voltage VSC, current ISC and power PSC, which is equal to √3 VSC ISC cos phi SC. From that we can get the power factor angle phi SC as cos inverse VSC by √3 into VSC ISC. During the conduct of block rotor test, we will be keeping the rotor at a constant position. That means it will be tightly held so that it won't rotate. And the current flowing through that is equivalent to the short circuit current ISC. When the rated current flows through the circuit, we will be measuring the values of VSC and power PSC. And from that, we know that to flow the short circuit current, rated current to the rotor circuitry, we need a very low value compared to the rated voltage. So now we have to compute ISN, which is the short circuit current with normal applied voltage, and that is equal to ISC into V0 by VSC. By knowing the values of ISN and I0, we have to choose a proper current scale. From the data which we obtain using the stator resistance test, we will be getting R1, which shows the per phase values of the stator resistance. Also from the block rotor test, we know that PSC is equal to ISC square into RT, where RT stands for the total resistance of three-phase induction motor per phase. So from these values, we can compute total resistance per phase R2 dash is equal to RT minus R1. For the performance prediction, we need to have a power scale. For that, we have to obtain the power taken with normal applied voltage PSN, which is equal to PSC into V0 by VSC the whole square. And PSN will be represented by a vector in our circle diagram, and the length of the vector is taken, and with that we can obtain the power scale. The performances which we can predict are listed in the slide. And you can see that almost all the performance of three-phase induction motors can be predicted using the help of the circle diagram construction. About the line current, we have to keep an eye that whether the rotor connection is in star or delta. Here we will be obtaining only the per phase values of the current. So if it is a delta connected system, then we need to compute the line current using the expression I1 by root 3, where I1 is the per phase value of the current which we will be obtaining from the circle diagram. With the help of an example, let's construct the circle diagram. Here the no load and short circuit test data are given. Along with it, the normal rating is given as 14.9 kilowatt, and from the circle diagram we need to compute the full load current, power factor and slip. So let's start our calculations for the construction. So as I mentioned earlier, we need to compute phi 0, phi SC and ISN using the expressions which we have already discussed. And ISN is equal to 101.3 and I0 is equal to 9 ampere. So based on those two values, we have to choose a proper current scale. Let's choose it as 1 centimeter represents 5 ampere. Now let's compute power taken with normal applied voltage PSN, which is equal to PSC into V0 by VSC the whole square. PSC from short circuit test is equal to 4 kilowatt or 4000 watt. So 4000 into 400 by 150 the whole square will give you the power taken with normal applied voltage. So let's start our construction. For that, let's calculate the length of the vector OA, which stands for I0, and OS, which stands for ISN. OA is equal to 9 by 5 will give you 1.8 centimeter, and OS will be equal to 101.3 ampere divided by 5 centimeter will give 5 ampere will give you 20.26 centimeters. Draw the axis OX and OY. Draw the vector OA at an angle phi 0 from OY. Draw the vector OS, which is equal to 20.26 centimeter at an angle phi SC from OY. Join the points A and S. AS will give you the output line. Now draw a line which is parallel to OX axis as AB. Draw a perpendicular bisector for the output line AS, which will meet AB at the point C. Perpendicular bisector to AS meets AB at C. With C as center and AC as center, construct the semicircle. So the circle construction is over. Now for the performance prediction. Draw the line SM, which is parallel to OY, which meets AB at point L. Here LM will give you the fixed loads or the constant loads of a three-phase induction motor, and SL will be the total copper losses. Now we have to fix the point K such that SK by KL will be equal to rotor copper loss by stator copper loss. In this particular question, nothing has been mentioned about the copper losses ratios. So let's take it as 1:1. So K will be fixed such that SK is equal to KL. And AK will give you the torque line. Here, now for the power scale, we need to measure SM, which represents the power PSN, power taken with normal applied voltage PSN. PSN was equal to 28,440, and from the measurement we will get it as 8.1 centimeter. So 28,440 divided by 8.1 centimeter will give you power scale as 1 centimeter is equal to 3510 watts. Output power was given as 14.9 kilowatt. So in centimeters it is equal to 4.25 centimeters. So from S, draw a line SR such that SR is equal to 4.25 centimeters. Now draw a line parallel to output line AS from the point R and which meets our circle at the point P. That means from the point A, we are drawing a line parallel to the output line AS, and now that line meets at P on our circle. E will give you the line current corresponding to the power 14990 watts. So measure the length of OP, which will give you 6 centimeters. So 6 into 5 ampere will give you 30 ampere as the line current. Measure the angle phi, which is equal to 30 degree, and the corresponding power factor will be equal to cos 30 is equal to 0.866. So to find out slip, we have to remember the relation between the rotor copper loss and rotor input. We know that in the case of a three-phase induction motor, the ratio of rotor copper loss to rotor input is equal to slip S. So, draw a line PD from the point P, which meets the output line at E, torque line at F, AB at G. Here again, GD will give you the constant loss. FG will be the stator copper loss. EF will be the rotor copper loss. PF is equal to rotor input. So the ratio EF to PF is equal to rotor copper loss divided by rotor input will be S. So slip S can be found out as 6.7%. So this is how we will be constructing a circle diagram and obtaining the current, power factor and the corresponding slip for a power output of 14.9 kilowatt. Instead of the full load power, if another power is given and we are asked to find out the current and slip and all, we need to find out the corresponding length, and with that we have to draw this all these diagrams. Okay. So now let's move to the next part that will be shown in another video. Thank you.